morning and welcome back to another edition of Safety Monday. I'm Lee Bogle with the Safety Division. Have you ever found yourself stuck? I don't mean stuck on a problem or contemplating some dilemma. I'm talking literally stuck in the snow, mud, on ice, in water, or some other scenario where it is you, a vehicle or piece of equipment, and Mother Nature battling it out. Whether you're an experienced off-roader on the weekends, an equipment operator, or simply driving your passenger vehicle in muddy or snowy conditions, most of us have experienced, provided assistance, or have seen vehicles in a ditch or stuck in the mud or snow. The choices you make in these settings could mean the difference between freeing your vehicle safely or damaging your vehicle and jeopardizing the safety of people in the vicinity, including yourself. Now, we live in the volunteer state, and I, like most of you, will jump in at a moment's notice to help someone in need and try to use that four-wheel drive every chance I get. To keep us out of trouble and a little safer, I would like to share some tips to help you make good decisions should you find yourself in or assisting in one of these situations. The first step is don't panic. In these situations, snap decisions can often lead to catastrophic events or very serious near misses that otherwise could have been avoided. The second step is to fully assess the situation. What has caused the equipment to become stuck? Slippery terrain, a bottomed out vehicle, or completely lodged on an object? How bad is it? Simply sitting on wet grass, ice, or snow-covered pavement? Buried to the axles or frame in mud? Off in a ditch or stranded in water are much more difficult situations. Understanding these elements will assist you in this next decision. The third step is to determine which of these three categories or levels of recovery best fit your situation. Is this a self-recovery, meaning that the vehicle is not stuck in such a way as to cause damage to the vehicle or jeopardize the safety of yourself and others? Typically, driver techniques can be applied here to aid in vehicle recovery. Using a lower gear, using the front bucket if available to push backward, turning the wheels back and forth to gain traction, or does this become an assistance required recovery, meaning that getting out of this situation will require assistance from another piece of equipment and other people when wheels, tracks, axles have become mired in the mud and snow. The equipment sits at an angle such as resting on a slope or embankment. Or is this a professional services recovery, meaning that an appropriately sized tow truck is required to free the vehicle or equipment? Common scenarios where professional assistance is required include equipment being off-centered or teetering, mired to and above the axles, stuck on a rigid object like a stump, rock, or other immovable object, at the bottom of a steep slope, submerged in water. Even the professionals must make decisions on the right tool for the job. There is a world of recovery equipment available for purchase. However, having the right equipment with the correct ratings and the ability to assess your situation will be the key to a successful extraction. Fourth, ensure you have available the correct strap, chains, or connection ratings that not only include the weight of the equipment, but the depth, type of material, and slope of the ground where the vehicle is trapped. These factors add resistance to dislodging and recovering the machine. Charts are available to reference while making a situational assessment. Now for the fun part. I know math and tables on a Monday is not a fun way to start the week, but take a look at an example using the factors for material and slope to determine effective weight of the vehicle. Take for example a Cat 420F four-wheel drive backhoe loader or similar, which is common in most county shops. It has become stuck in shallow mud or snow on a 15-degree slope. The machine has an operating weight of approximately 24,250 pounds. The shallow mud or snow increases the rolling resistance by 50%. The 15-degree slope increases by another 25%. So the total weight of resistance is the machine weight plus the material factor plus the slope factor that equals the effective weight of the machine, or in this case, a little over 42,400 pounds just to get it out of the trap situation. This weight is used to determine the sizes and types of recovery vehicle, the strap ratings, and connection points. It should also give you a clue as to which one of the 3 recovery categories you should employ. This example would likely be cause for an assistance required recovery, unless use of the front or rear bucket is successful. Potential for vehicle damage increases with continued efforts of self-recovery if initial attempts fail. Know when to seek help to prevent damage. However, we must also understand that a light-duty pickup truck will likely not be able to pull this equipment out either. Therefore, your assessment must include tools available and not simply making do with what's on hand. These factors could easily be applied to your personal vehicle, ATVs, tractors, and most other equipment. Always understand the ratings on your straps, chains, connections, and most importantly, the attachment points on a vehicle or piece of equipment before making any attempts to free it yourself. Also, refer back to the load securement video or reach out to your regional safety manager or training specialist about refresher information from the equipment mobilization training. Principles would be somewhat similar in these situations. Well, that concludes this week's edition of Safety Monday. Be safe in work and play, and as always, remember to work safe for the right reasons.